Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Once again, we're back, we're live. And so for those of y'all that know, I know the last 2 weeks y'all were probably like, man, he only been doing these coaches corners trying to help these artists. I ain't trying to tune in. I want to hear from the people. Well, you got just what you asked for, right? This week is a special, momentous occasion. Now we ain't talking about Super Bowl Sunday. That's coming up later. But for those of y'all who are actually interested in history, today or yesterday, history was made. We have 15 phenomenal authors who launched their book, Black Women Love, to number one, Amazon number one in 14 categories. How y'all doing today?
We doing good. What's going on? How y'all doing? Hey.
Yes.
All the energy. Listen, y'all are catching the backside of the energy, but they were wired up yesterday. And so I can listen. One thing I always say is that I could tell you a lot about each one of these authors because of their stories and how phenomenal they are, their poems, there are young authors, it's just so much in here that needs to be explored. But what I'm going to do is actually introduce you to the lead author, and then I want each of you ladies, because Kenneth ain't a lady, but each of the ladies that are in the book, Kenneth was a visionary behind this, but all the ladies that were in the book, I want y'all to tell us a little bit about yourselves, who you are. So Kenneth, talk to me. What's going on, man? Tell me a little bit about you and
Yeah. So what's going on, everyone? Again, my name is Kenneth Wilson. I am the visionary author behind Black Women Love. And like you were saying, Sugar Ray, I think, when you talk about Black Women Love and the first face you see is mine, it's like, oh, wait, what's going on here, right? So I always start, let me give a little backstory to how we got here to this bestseller, right? This book, Black Women Love, actually is the follow-up to my previous bestseller, Black Men Love. And Black Men Love, same concept. We got 14 Black men to come together and share their thoughts, pour their hearts out about the concept of love, what that meant to them. And the goal was just to have conversations and to express, things that we don't get to typically talk about in our communities, especially with Black men. And so the success of that book, naturally, the question came, okay, what about Black women? We can't have this conversation about with Black men and not include Black women. And so it was just a natural progression to move along with Black Women Love. And so I was blessed to have 14 Black women, amazing, beautiful, wonderful Black women, want to contribute as well and really share and pour their hearts out and talk about what love means to them, right? And so as you see here, you see some of these authors here. And so that's the roots of this, And I say that because, when you hear Black Women Love, most people automatically jump to, again, the relationship part. And this book is not about that at all. There's so many different concepts. There's so many different things that are discussed in this book that come from these women, and they pour their hearts out where they are. And so it's a collection, art, people,
carefully.
That's what this is about. So I'm done talking. I just had to get that backstory. And then I'm gonna let them tell you, I'm gonna let them share, because this is their day. I'm getting out of the way, and I want them to celebrate and share. So we can go around. We've been doing this for a little while now. So let me see who I want to get us started. Robin, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Hello. So I am Robin Christian. I am a mother of 2 adult children. I'm retired law enforcement, and I am the 2024 candidate for Baltimore City Council 6th District. I got involved with this process because Kitty has, when he told us about it, it was such a great idea and such a wonderful opportunity. And I have met some wonderful women, so I'm happy to be on this journey.
Thank you, Robin. So we're going to keep it going. Shanice. I'm just calling out names. What's going on, Shanice?
Hey, Kenny. So I'm Shanice Watkins. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I have a 4-year-old son. I've been married. Well, I've been with my wife for 14 years now. But I wanted to do this project because of the positivity aspect in it. Like, I said we always consume negativity. It's really easy to be exposed to it. And to be a part of a project where we can actually highlight the positivity of love was absolutely amazing. And like Miss Robbins said, like, oh my God, I got some amazing sisters that came along with the journey who are legit rooting for me, who are genuine in the way that they show love to me as well. So thank you guys.
Oh, thank you. Really, thank you. And thank you all. Like, we did this, you know. So as I'm going around, who else I see here? I see Tori. What's going on, Tori?
Hey y'all, my name is Tori. I'm from Arlington, Virginia, DMV area. I am a mother of three, 2 adults. I'm almost an empty nester. What else? I was excited to join this project just because I got a lot to say, and nobody has really asked me about love. That's just not a question that I've ever gotten. And I was just happy to share my experience and also to work with 13 other Black women and a positive thing that was big for me. And I'm just happy to be here, and I appreciate everybody on this project.
Yeah. See. All right. Who else? Empress. Hey, my girl Empress. What's going on?
Hey y'all, I'm Empress Bianca. I am a mother of 2 and a multi-potentialite. And when I say multi-potentialite, I'm really just saying I do so many things that will be on this recording for about an hour just talking about it. Overall, I'm an extremely passionate person, and I decided to be a part of Black Women Love because it's something that I believe in, that, you know, Black women need to tell their story and their perspective of love. Being an extremely passionate person, mental health is a huge connection for me. So it was just such an opportunity and an honor to be able to share that perspective with the world. And I feel like it will possibly bring some hope to so many lives. So it's an honor, you know, not to only share the story, but to be a part of this journey with other beautiful, phenomenal Black women. And I'm just so happy to be here. So thank you.
Thank you again. Keep it going. We have Ash Lynn. My girl Ash Lynn, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Ash Lynn Price. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, and it is a pleasure to be on this journey with 13 other women to talk about our relationship with love. I have met some really, really amazing women, built really good connections and foundations, and I'm here to empower, support, encourage, motivate, let women know that their story, that their versions, that their perspectives of love matter, and they can be bold, they can be strong, and let them know that they are worthy, they're deserving, they're valuable, and they are worth the investment, whatever that investment is, to share their perspective, to talk about love, to talk about who they are and where they came from and their experiences. So when I was asked to be a part of the project, it was a no-brainer, and me and Kenny connected instantly. He has, supported me in other endeavors as well. So it was a no-brainer, and I am super excited to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. I know all the stuff you said about Black women. I don't know if I'm allowed to agree, but I'm going to agree anyway. So yeah, I'm with that. And however I can support. So but now that we have, so I love the nameplate, right? So we have Ash Lynn, but we also have Ashley, right? Can't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. So I love that. Ashley, what's up? Bam.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Yule. I'm a mother to an 8-month-old baby boy. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, but now, of course, live in Maryland. I joined this book to do something different and be a part of something that I felt will be positive within our community, especially with young Black women or even older women. And I'm just excited to be here and, to meet and be a part of this with all the beautiful Black queens.
Yeah. So now I appreciate it. Again, thank you. I know I'm gonna say that a lot. I've been saying that a lot. So we keep it going. Danielle, Nanny, girl, what's up?
Trying to come off mute is what's up. How are you? Hi, everyone. So I am Danielle Frisbee, and I am exploring and jumping out of my comfort zone, especially with this book. Saying yes to the project was easy because my son was an author in Black Men Love. So naturally, I wanted to be a part of the sister book, the next one, until I realized that I have to share. Until I realized that I have to start to like, you know what I mean, show up and like speak. Writing the chapter for myself has been a challenge because it's been continuous. And what I ended up doing was something special to me, was putting a collection of my thoughts about the practice of love and the responsibility that we have when we're exploring and giving it to ourselves and others. So this is me continuing to get out of my comfort zone. And I'm really happy that this project has been surrounded by almost like one of the safest places I've been in order to be myself and meet and connect other women. And it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks.
Yeah. Another byproduct of this, y'all, before I keep going, is that did I tell you they were amazing? And they won't tell you, and they're going to be very humble about it. Danny's very humble about it. She won't tell you how amazing she really is. So we'll do it. I'll do it for you. So I know it was a process, but they are dope. That's my word. I love y'all. And with that being said, you know, one of the other blessings that came about this was that I was actually able to get my sister to be an author. And it's something, you know, we talk about all the time, you know, growing up in a household. This is something we never thought we would be doing. This is, you know, writing books and stuff. It just never crossed our paths growing up. So, you know, my sister, Kenesha, my big sister, who used to beat me up. I'm gonna keep saying that too. Like, I gotta get you back somehow. But no, thank you. Just introduce yourself, who you are.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Kenesha Wilson. We grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland. I am a photographer. I've been a photographer for over 20 years. I'm a preschool teacher. I own a home care business, K for Care LLC. I chose to participate in Black Women Love because I felt as though it would be a great opportunity to collaborate with other smart, amazing, beautiful Black women. You know, for us to share our feelings, our thoughts, experiences with love. My chapter is entitled The Love for Our Black Children. I wanted to write about something that I'm passionate about because I feel as though, you know, our children are the most important of, you know, our humanity and our communities. So that's what I chose. Yeah, that's why I wanted to, you know, be a part of this.
Yeah, and she's been a great mom, a great big sister.
Yes, I have a daughter.
Yeah. Who also is an author in this book. I know she's not here today. Again, I know she's working. She's trying to get, you know, get there. So and I'll shout her out later. But yeah, so just to have my sister and my niece, you know, to be able to bring to this community of amazing women was such an important thing for me too. So, you know, just so thankful, so grateful for that. And then it looks like last but not least, who's here? My girl Natasha. Hey, what's going on?
Good evening, everyone. Y'all hear me? I'm driving.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm so happy to be here. My name is Natasha Sierra, and it was an honor to actually be in this book. I said yes because I actually set a goal for myself to be an author, and I didn't know how transformational the experience would be. Because as I was writing my chapter, I realized how much growth I had experienced myself with love. So the chapter actually spoke to me too. It gave me some revelations about where I had been and where I am now. And I'm truly excited to, you know, learn. I'm gonna take what I've learned and now reach and teach others how to love ourselves. You know, we do so much of loving others and pouring into others. And the way that we can do that continuously is if we take care of ourselves. I love what our sister Empress said about being, what did you say it was? A potentialist? What was that, sis? Come off mute. Let me know what we are again. What we are.
I think she's having connections issue. She'll probably be back on in a second.
Okay, definitely a serial entrepreneur. I love what sis Kanisha said about my children because they are my heartbeat. They bring me joy and I'm called to them. I've been actually called and created to pour into them to make sure that they have an equitable experience to live an optimal life. And so thank you.
Thank you. So this is only just, group. There was actually 14 women that chose to be on, and some people couldn't be on today. So I just wanted to give them a shout out as well, too. Again, starting with my niece, Brianna Marceline, who is 19 years old, and getting a 19-year-old perspective was such an amazing thing and kind of well-rounded this book as well, too. Other girl, Miss Vibrations, who is away right now, and who brought another, really talking about like working on yourself in terms of loving yourself and things like that. Our girl, Yendi Jones, who spoke on body positivity and her journey with herself and her body and how she had to learn to love herself in that process. And then Sinveda Amelia, who was actually Empress Bianca's daughter. She is 12, and bringing it 12. And that was important to me, again, talking about all ranges. We come from all backgrounds. And again, last author, Sam Hutchinson, who wrote an amazing, I don't even want to call it a poem. It was an amazing work of art, and really the reflection of love. And again, so when we talk about Black Women Love, we talk about this book. Like I said, it's a collection, from all different perspectives, backgrounds. You all brought so much to it. So I just wanted to shout them out as well. Because you all did this. So those are the authors. Learning a little bit about them. You're going to hear a little bit about them as well, too, as we go through this. But it was important to just get in front of people so you can see their faces and learn their stories and their journeys, So thank you all so much.
Man, listen, this is just the beginning. As we said, I just wanted to introduce y'all to these amazing authors. We're going to do something, obviously the company that pays me, B.O.B. and Publishing. Yeah, I do own it, but it still pays me. We got to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in about 2 and 2 so we can hear about their phenomenal stories and the things that they are getting ready to work on next. Business of Books Mastermind Coaching Program has been around for the past 3 years. Myself as a coach, we've actually helped hundreds of authors get their books published and even more to become Amazon #1 best-selling authors. Over the past year and a half, we started our Amazon bestseller launch program, and 225 plus to date have all become #1 best-selling authors in multiple categories. Now, the reason that we started this coaching program is for people like you who you've either just started working on your first book and you don't know where to go with it. You're looking for a blueprint to creating your book. You're wondering how to market your book. You're wondering about how to connect with your audience. And most importantly, how am I going to sell this book and create income from it? These are all things that we teach you inside of 90 Days to Bestseller. The reason that this program is relevant to you is because you want to write that book and you want to be successful. Now that person may not be you. Here's the opposite. You've already written your book and you want to relaunch it as a bestseller. Been there, done that. My first book, I actually changed the cover twice for that exact same reason. The first cover, I loved it. But for some reason, after a while, it got stale. It was sitting on the shelf. So I created my own cover. Bad idea, right? The reason that it was a bad idea is because it looked like somebody was creating a network marketing flyer for my book. Went back and let a professional do it. Keyword, professional. Once that professional got their hands on my book, changed the book cover, it created a completely different vibe for my book. And here's what we've done as a result. From that change, from those slight changes, having a professional designer, going and hiring a professional editor, that book has actually launched a career for me that has taken me around the globe. And when I say around the globe, I've spoken at places all across the country and even done a few virtual international workshops here in the past few months. Now, for you, we can show you the exact same thing. We have the blueprint, we have the tools, we have the system that will work to help you get your book published and launched as an Amazon bestseller. Now, how long does it take? Typically, it takes us about 90 days. We're not going to tell you that it's going to be overnight. We're not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, but we will tell you that we have a blueprint that works, and you should be next. Man, I gotta update some of these commercials, man. 225. Listen, as a result of the books that we've done since, including Black Women Love, which is the newest, the hottest book that's out right now. When I say what's hot in these streets, it's hot in these streets right now, right? Y'all need to go grab your copy. And I'm gonna say something that I say on every video. After you hear these amazing lady stories, the authors' stories, don't just go to Amazon because you got your Prime account and you like, I got my little Prime account, and notice how my hand is going up with the attitude and everything, and I'm gonna get it overnight. Yeah, don't do that, because that's not supporting the authors. And I say this on every video for a reason, right? You want to actually go and connect with the author that has impacted you. If you don't know any of the ladies personally, reach out to them on their social media and say, hey, you know what? I saw you on Book Talk Live. I saw that you just released a book, and I want to get a copy directly from you because I want your autograph. That autograph right now is going to be the thing that is going to be worth millions in the future. So you want to get that autograph copy directly from each one of these authors. We let's jump back to it, because this book, like I said, is life changing. As we were working on this project and going through the different stories that are inside of the book, there's some real game. Fellas out there, if you are seriously trying to understand how to love Black women, because Black women, y'all are amazing. There's also the other side of it. And we need that extra game to understand how to truly love y'all, and then to understand how y'all love. That's what this book is about. But each one of these phenomenal authors shared different sides of the book, and I want to touch on, what was your contribution to the book? What did you talk about? Not everything that you talked about, but what are some of the things that you touched on in your chapters individually? So you want to lead that, Ken?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm gonna move around because this wasn't for me. Like, this wasn't my book. This was the opportunity for you all to share. So for me, it was kind of like, how do I bridge the gap from Black men love to Black women love, right? So I didn't necessarily write a chapter. What I did was I kind of did the bridge part to kind of get us there, to introduce you all to the world. So just want to work it around. Whoever wants to jump in there, but let's start who wants to answer that first.
I'll go first. Just get it out the way. So because I'm more like quiet and meek, but anyways, so for me, for my chapter, I brought in the importance of self-love. Growing up, I struggled with having low self-esteem. And so for me, I wanted to write on the importance of loving yourself first, because I know, you get into, I really want to get married in the society, getting married by 30, having a baby by, you just think about all that stuff as a woman. And I had to learn that, in order for me to open up the door for God to potentially help me to meet my mate, I had to first love myself. And that was important to me, and I had to learn that, and it was a journey. And then that I also had to bring in, how I did end up meeting the man who I'm with now, and how that went, and how that was a journey in itself, and learning how to love him, and learning to love myself helped me to learn how to love him as well, and just kind of bringing it all in one. So that's what I wrote about.
Yeah.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Robin, I think you was jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my chapter was on my first love, and my first love was my daddy. My dad and I had a really good relationship. We talked about everything, even things I never even talked about with my mom. But because I had that relationship with him, it helped me understand patience and accepting people where they are, meeting them where they are, either choosing to love them and be a part of the journey in their lives, or choosing not to be in that relationship. Whichever one was healthiest for me, he always taught me how to love me first. That was a journey with experience, but I was so glad when I did reach that happiness on the inside. Fathers are important. Not that mothers are not, but fathers are our first example of love. And my love for him has, even though he's not here, I will always love this man in his experiences that he has left me with.
That's right. Who else? I know, Kanisha, you talked earlier about your love for children, and I was, wanted to dig into a little bit of that. Like, what got you from that to actually say, I want to write about this?
So I even I touched down on it a little bit in the chapter. It came from an actual experience I had. Well, I'll go back saying I'm a preschool teacher, so of course, my passion. I'm really passionate about children and their well-being, their health, their education, and I just wanted to touch down on some of those things in the chapter. But the inspiration actually came from a situation that happened, and in the conversation due to that situation was the inspiration for the chapter. But you got to read it. But and then I also talk about, I tie in some of my life experiences and situations growing up as a child, and just tying all that stuff together in the chapter.
Okay, yeah. Anyone else? Tori. Let's start.
So we just calling people out now.
Yeah, I'm about to get us going. Y'all have amazing stuff to share.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess my story is a little bit like Ashley's. I think that's her name. That was the person I always confused Ashley and Ashley. I'm sorry. But for me, like, part of my personal story was overcoming a feeling of unworthiness. So I kind of used to do things to prove my worth, you know what I mean? But it was kind of masked as showing love. But as I grew older, I learned to love myself and recognize my own worth. So now I can actually lead with love because I do love, and I love myself. But my piece is called The Love Experience. And what it is really is just a reflective piece of my life experiences. It's wisdom for life's journey, through the lens of Black women's love, this Black woman's love anyway, So, I mean, for me, love is at the forefront of everything I do, and what I don't do is because of the way I love. So pretty much, it really is encouragement to keep going on, inspiration, and keep moving forward, to lead with love, but most importantly, self-love. So that was my piece.
Okay. Also tying it to Shanice. You want to jump in on that?
I do. So I chose to write about my coming out story with my mom because I realized that I had a privileged experience. So I know in my community, the LGBTQ plus the alphabet community is what I call it. But when you come out, like, you usually cast away from your family. Like, nobody really likes to deal with you. And I didn't have that experience with my mom. It was totally different. Like, she loved me anyway, and that gave me so much, like, self-love and self-appreciation. And I didn't find myself outside looking for certain things because I already had it. Even though she ain't agree with it, it was tough, but she still stood by me the whole time. So I felt like that was important to talk about, to help other families bridge that gap and finding love even when it's tough, even when you don't agree, because not agreeing don't mean that you accept but you still can love each other anyway.
Yeah. Natasha. I get you off mute.
I'm getting ready to say, can you unmute me? Oh my gosh, I'm just over here falling in love with the stories all over again. So my chapter is called As Yourself. And it's interesting, like a lot of us have talked about self-love, but I still feel like it's different perspectives. You know, my experience is that I'm a lover, I'm a giver. And I believe, actually tapping into what Tori said, like I give the love that I desire to receive. And I would just find that I will become very drained every now and again. And then I have to like put myself on respite so that I could like rebuild and restore myself again. And longer story short, I realized that I was loving out of order. That I was loving God and serving, I was loving others, but I was not loving myself. And that's the part that was leaving me depleted. So when I actually love on in order, then I can continue to love. I can be love, I can give love, and I can receive love as long as I make sure that I'm loving people as I love myself.
Right. That's right. Ashlyn.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So to piggyback off of Tori, sounds like you and I are on the same page, Tori, of knowing your worth, or principles that I live by, knowing that you are valuable, you are deserving, you're worthy, and you are worth the investment. And my chapter is about not manipulating, not degrading, not changing myself to fit the role or to fit the other person that I was dating, or attempting to fit that other person that I was dating. So my chapter is literally about choosing me, not compromising myself, not also degrading, not bashing, not belittling, not being disrespectful to my partner, but making sure that I am whole, that I am coming 110% whole, heal, and up to par with who I am. That I don't have to sacrifice, that I don't have to jeopardize, that I don't have to manipulate, I don't have to downgrade, or I don't have to settle for anything less because I want to feel wanted, because I want to feel loved, because I want to feel like I fit in this story, like I fit in this place, like I fit in your narrative. So my chapter is about choosing me, making myself a priority. So when I can come in contact with love, that I can be bold, that I can be courageous, that I can be abundant, and I can be prosperous in every aspect of my life so I don't feel depleted, like Natasha just mentioned. So my chapter is just about choosing me and making sure that you are whole coming into relation and connection with another person.
Right. And then Danny.
Okay. So for me, I get so excited because I've been taking notes, because I feel like that's exactly what I wanted to do in this process. I wanted to participate. I wanted to join. So for my chapter, it's called No Expectations, No Attachments. And it's kind of cool because it's a collection of poetry and riddles, but more importantly, like different talking points. I love that this experience wasn't just one narrative. It wasn't just one thing where it's like, oh, you need to do this, or you shouldn't be doing that. So the reason why I go back into the notes is because like I wanted to learn just as much as I wanted to teach, but more importantly, I just wanted love to just be endless. I wanted it to be continuous. So within my chapter, the way that I break down the different things that I want to discuss is about why I love without expectation or with attachment, because that's something I'm trying new. You know what I mean? I've done so many different ways of loving people, places, and things that have left me full and depleted. So now I feel like I have a choice, right? So I'm like, okay, wait, if I don't want to love like this, or I know love should not look like that, well, what should I do now? Now I have this information, and I feel like being around safe spaces and beautiful women like this allows it to come out, where, I'm more likely to grab my notes than the microphone, if that makes sense. In my life, Professionally, I'm always speaking. I'm always having to do these amazing things to support our children. But when it comes to like having to unpack what you know and then what you've been through, but then more importantly, what you want, you got to do it. You got to do it like this. It has to be fun. So I took an artistic approach. I said it's a collection of riddles. There's like 9 different themes, just so we could have conversation. And I felt like me putting myself out there where it's like, okay, well, if you read it and you see a theme, it's folded, I would want to discuss it from there. And that's it.
And even that alone, you guys starting to get a sense of, one, the passion. You hear they're talking because it came from everyone's heart, you know, and whatever was there. So you hear the passion, even as they're speaking right now, you know. And it's funny because I'll say this too, as we started this journey, and I know everyone was a little nervous about this part, sharing that part, you know. So I just wanted to ask real quick. I know, Sugar, I'm kind of going off script, but I do want to ask, has it been easy? Was it easier to write it down rather than to verbally express it?
I'm going to speak on that. I'll say it was easier for me to actually write it and, you know, just get it out on paper. Because for me, the writing process is kind of personal. So that was the easy part. Okay. Actually, you know, sharing it and putting it out there, putting yourself out there, you know, you kind of putting yourself on blast. So, you know, for a lot of people, you got kind of coming out of your comfort zone. So, yeah, for me, the writing process was the easy part.
Anyone else want to touch on that? Yeah.
So I agree with Kanisha, like, because I'm like I said in the last thing, I'm like a turtle. I'm real to myself. I'm real quiet, and I don't really get out with people and stuff like that. So writing it, I can do that in the comfort of my own space, whatever space I created for myself. But having to talk to people is just like, for me. So writing was definitely easier.
I think for me, it was both, in the sense where they both were a struggle, because I felt like, in reference to the conversation, if I'm writing, I'm like, okay, who's going to be reading it? Who is my audience? And then knowing that everyone is the audience, because everyone deserves to understand their place and their responsibility in love, is a big thing to write down in a chapter. And then you have to speak about it. And it's like, oh my gosh, well, what's the last thing that you've done in love? Or what are you looking to do in love? Where are you in love? So then you're like, oh my God, am I not doing it enough? Should I be doing more? And I felt like I needed those questions in my life. I needed to participate. So I will say it was challenging, but me stepping out of my comfort zone, I signed up for speed dating for Valentine's Day just because of this. So I know, Robin, you see it. I know. I was like, you know what? Why not? I know, Natasha, don't do it. But yeah, because I'm like, I have to participate. I'm like, why not do it in a fun way? I feel like this group of women has pushed me without them even really knowing all about me. So maybe some of you all, but yeah, I'm like, it was hard to write it down and say it. So I'm going to go practice it more. Period.
And I have to say, for me, I agree with Danielle. I had both issues, writing it down and saying it out loud, because I am very private and I am a ambivert. So I'd rather not be on the camera. I'd rather not be out with the people. I'd rather be at home. So yeah, this was a struggle for me all the way around.
So now it was interesting. I just wanted to ask, because I know personally, writing does feel more intimate, at least for me. You know, it always has. So I just wanted to, you know, express that, because I know we're all private sometimes, but I know as a man, sometimes I really struggle with communicating it outward anyway, right? You know, so that's always been hard for me. So writing it down, because I can put myself at least in a private space. I can kind of go tuck away. I don't have to be around people, and I can almost have an intimate moment with myself as I'm putting it down, you know, where sometimes communicating it outward, you know, you can get nervous around people. You can fumble over your words. There's no backspace button. You can't delete it and do it over again, you know? And so it goes into that writing process. So that's why, you know, I was curious, but I know we all have our things, but like, I'm always curious about the process. So yeah, so thank y'all for sharing that.
Yeah, listen, I'm loving this because it takes a lot of confidence to one, it takes a lot of confidence to vocalize, because I know a lot of people struggle with communication just in general, but then also to be able to write it out. That takes even more. What we're going to do is take another quick commercial, and like I said, gotta give a shout out to the company that pays me. So with that being said, we're gonna take another commercial and be right back in about 2 and 2.
Everybody has a story, and so do you. We know that you've been through life, been through heartaches, been through pain, been through depression. You've thought about writing your book for years, wanting to help change lives because of the things that you've overcome. We don't know what your story is, but we can help you turn your story into a living, breathing book that creates opportunities for you to impact lives and change the world. The Business of Books is here to teach you the opportunities that come from your book, how to write your book, how to brand yourself, how to market your book, and how to get in front of the right people to sell that book. We have an amazing team of designers, an amazing team of editors. We have a team behind you to help you get through your first book and get it to the world so that the world knows you are here. So remember, everybody has a story. It's time to write yours.
All right. Listen, we are back, and just if y'all could kind of jump into the green room with the ladies backstage. They giving y'all this professional energy, this well, I just wanted to write about this part of my life, and when I tell y'all they are so wired up and so live right now, it's the energy is through the roof. So just like the energy behind the scenes is through the roof, I want y'all to light them up in the chats, and let them know, like, hey, we want some of that energy too, because they do have amazing stories. They do have powerful stories, and they are all doing phenomenal things. Mothers, business women, entrepreneurs, nonprofit owners, running for city council right now, 12-year-old youthpreneur, right? There is so much power inside of this book. And so, we're excited that you all are tuned in, but I do want y'all to leave those comments in there so that they know, hey, not only are we rocking with y'all, but we're going to clown with y'all too, because they got something coming up pretty soon. And I want them to kind of touch on it as well. Outside of how people can connect with y'all, what's next for Black Women Love? Because like rumor has it, it's gonna be something nationwide that's getting ready to jump off. And for the ones that's not on, that are in Cali, I'm gonna say it one time for y'all, hella cuz, just because. But let's talk about it. What's next for Black Women Love? What's next on the horizon?
Oh man, we hitting the road. We're gonna move around. We're taking the show on the road. So we do have a multi-city tour planned for the rest of this year, and we'll see what happens going beyond this year too. So just to give you a couple of locations and dates, the first one, we're going to be in the DMV area. That's going to be April 15th. So people will be able to come out, and we got a whole real experience going on there. It's not, and these aren't just your normal book signings. I want to say that too. Like, we got the community involved. You're going to be able to reach out, touch, communicate, You know, you're going to hear some of these stories, meet some, get signed copies of the book. You know, we're working with the community vendors and other Black-owned businesses and stuff to make this a real experience and event for everybody involved. You know, so like I said, April 15th, that's the DMV. Then we're heading down to the ATL. That's June 3rd. So heading down that way, and then we're going to be in the New York area. That's going to be August 6th. And then coming back October 7th, we're going to be in Houston. Okay. And like I said, that's what we got so far. So I'm really, real excited about that part, you know, because like I said, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but these ladies get together. We have a good time. And we want you to join us. We want to come have a good time with you and to share this love, really, because that's what it's been, you know, not even just a book, but like the love, even I feel, with this everyone involved. And when we get together and we communicate, you know, so that's what this is about too. So that's the first step, hitting the tour, and then we're gonna see what goes.
I'm gonna just say it go down when y'all come to H-Town.
You know.
Hey, listen. we're gonna show y'all what we do in the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can we reach each of you phenomenal authors? What's your spot of choice? Where can people find you?
All right.
So this is Robin. I am located on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram under Robin Christian.
Come on.
I think for anyone that would like to discuss the book with me, they can reach me on Instagram. I would love for them to follow and tell me their favorite part at That Girl L.
All right, Instagram, I am Natasha Tierra, and Facebook as Natasha Tierra.
Natasha, can you repeat that? Because I think I cut you off a little bit. I want to make sure they hear you.
Okay, on Instagram, I am Natasha Tierra, and on Facebook, just Natasha Tierra.
Hey everybody, this is Ashlyn Price, the money social worker is what they call me. That's something new that y'all don't know. But come visit me, come see me, come talk to me, let's chat about it. You'll know why they call me the money social worker. On Instagram, it is exactly what my name is, the money social worker. On Facebook, it is Ashlyn Price, and on LinkedIn, it is also Ashlyn Price. I look forward to chatting with you, and let's talk about the book. See y'all soon.
Okay, I am on Facebook and LinkedIn as Kenesha Wilson, and I am on Instagram at Keke, Keke, DMV 1981.
Hi, it's Ashley Yule. You can find me on Instagram at simply_Ash3. Well, X3, I always say ×3. And then on Facebook as Ashley Yule.
Hey, Shanice, you can find me on Instagram at Shanice_Watkins. And you can find me on Facebook as Shanice Watkins. And if you need to be loved on, like, definitely come follow me. Because I forced my mom to start adopting kids who ain't getting the proper love. So come through.
She said, you're going to get this love. One way or another. You're going to get it.
And each one of the authors are going to go back into the video. So if you tuned in or you catching the replay, they're going to drop their socials in the chats so that y'all can come back and follow them. Because when I say they are definitely going places, they're definitely doing big things. Me and Kenny talk behind the scenes a lot. Like I say, he's like a brother to me. So we've talked about what's coming next. And I can just tell y'all that all of these ladies are getting ready to explode the Black Women Love concept. So if you're out there and you are a Black woman and you're like, well, I can't really get down with women like that, because guess what? Get off your soapbox, because everybody ain't the people that you dealt with in the past. Your past is your past, but everybody in your future you may be blocking yourself from a blessing by not connecting with the people that God has in store for you, right? So these ladies will be on tour later this year. So make sure you go and follow them so that you don't miss them. Because spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip as soon as they can.
And I
right?
still need to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so my name is Tori. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Who Is Tori, and that's spelled Toyre. As a profession, I do work in financial services and help with legacy planning. So y'all can find me at myinsurancelady.dmv.com, and that was like DC, Maryland, Virginia. In addition to that, I also conduct self-awareness workshops. And typically I work with nonprofits, so that would be like rehab centers, domestic violence shelters, and churches. So again, you can find me at Who Is Tori. If you need to email me, it's also whoistori@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I ain't mean to cut you off. Listen, Tori be getting me right. The other, I can't talk about it on here, but I am gonna talk about it. I'm gonna call you out like you called me out. We was doing a video, and Tori was like, "Look, I ain't got time for this. I'm in Bible study, and I'm doing this. See, I'll just be happy y'all got my presence real quick." But these ladies are phenomenal. They'll drop their socials on the social media videos so that y'all can follow them. They are going places, and you do not want to miss this train. Black Women Love is more than just a book. It's a whole movement. It's a whole movement that's getting ready to come. I heard somebody whisper documentary yesterday, and I heard somebody whisper Black Kids Love coming soon. And then I also heard something about some international love. I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me. Right? So listen, y'all got any final words for the people?
I do. I'm hoping that whomever picks up this book, that they read all the chapters and do reflection on their lives to see where this fits in and who they may need to reach out to for either healing or contact with somebody else, because there are a lot of talented women on this call, and if we don't have the contact, we may be able to find the contact for you. So don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Let's go. Connection is key.
I wanted to add something too. I hope that we could be a testimony to people to see that we can work together, because we hear often that Black people can't work together. But I'm telling you, being on this journey with these ladies and Kenny and Sugar Ray, this has been an experience, and it changed my whole thought process on how we could work together. So I hope that we could be a testimony and an example to show people that we can do this, because we're doing it and we're going to continue to do it.
Let's go.
Yeah. If no one else wants to share, I think, to kind of wrap this up and say that this has been an amazing just process and journey, right? From the moment I had the idea, and for me, it was like, okay, who's going to come along with me, and it's like you provided an opportunity, but sometimes people have to seize it too, right? So even when you have a concept, in the beginning, I'm a little nervous, like, I'm inviting people, I'm shooting it out there, and I'm gonna be honest, I invited a lot of women, and I got 14 of the best, and so as a man, I knew that I couldn't do this, I wanted to share you all's story, your thoughts, your art, your love, and so I am blessed that you all allowed me to kind of help facilitate this for you all, so again, I'm going to say thank you to the audience, anyone watching this, whenever you watch this. We're not just blowing smoke, this is a phenomenal piece of art. This is a phenomenal tool. It is a resource. It can be a guide. It can be whatever you want it And I know we got 14 women. This book is not just for women. I'm saying that as a Black man, and read through it, and I found inspiration. I found love. I found motivation. I learned a lot by reading their thoughts and their words too. This is for everyone. You know, I don't care where you're from. I don't care what color you are. You can get something from here, you know? And so I just wanted to share that too, moving forward. And again, thank you all for just taking the time and even, you know, figuring out who we are, learning from us, and hopefully you'll get something from Black Women Love.
Exactly. Listen, I see somebody that already picked up on the international love out of the UK. Let's go. Let's go. If y'all have not done so, get with one of these authors who are in this amazing book. Reach out to them directly. And I'm gonna say this. I say this multiple times through every video. I'm not sending you to Amazon to go and purchase their book. I'm sending you directly to the author. The reason being, when you go to the author directly, one, you get an autographed copy of the book. Two, you're actually supporting that author because they can reinvest into other projects that they are working on. They can reinvest into other things that they are working on, and they are not getting the second portion of the funds from it. They're actually getting the first fruits, which they can reinvest. They can tithe. They can do what they need to make sure that they are successful. And you are investing in their dreams. So go directly to the author. And I say this each and every video. If you miss it, I'm gonna say it again. Go directly to the author. Support them through real support, through real love. Listen, it's been fun. It's been phenomenal. And ladies, y'all stay on with me. But for everybody else, until next time, I'm just going to say we love y'all. And we'll see y'all next time here on Book Talk Live. Love y'all.
Thank you.